Hey, what's up guys, it's SirTagCR, and today we're back again with one of the most reliable and best Royal Hogs bait decks in every single meta. This deck has been around so long and it's consistently strong because of its counter push potential no matter what your opponent has. So if you defend with Mini P.E.K.K.A, Bats, or Goblin Gang, you're able to split Royal Hogs and apply aggression in both sides. And if your Royal Hogs are not getting enough damage, you can always get damage with the Magic Archer geometry. And if your opponent spams you a lot or is really aggressive at the river, you have Log to bounce everything back, the Mini P.E.K.K.A for high damage per second, and the Ice Golem to kite units to the opposite lane. So let's go jump straight into some games and assert some dominance with one of the best Royal Hogs bait decks in Clash Royale. And if you guys are not already, you can support me by using creator code SirTag in the shop. By using creator code SirTag, it supports me by giving a percentage of all money spent at no extra cost to you. It allows me to spend more time on my videos, and I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna go for Ice Golem in the back and we're gonna see what's up. This guy is not cycling anything at all, so we have to wait a little bit and just chill. He's gonna go in for a Tombstone. So when we see Tombstone, I'm gonna go in for Goblin Gang in the back, and we're going to split it simply because I don't want to give him too much log bait value. And we see Night Witch. Okay, so a couple things are coming through my mind. Golem or Lava Hound after we see the Night Witch, or Elixir Golem. So 3. Golem at the river. I see this as a man of culture. So I need to go for Mini P.E.K.K.A and I need to get an Ice Golem down just so we're going to be able to... Okay, I don't need an Ice Golem. I definitely do now, so then the bats don't wreck my, my life. Bats are going to concentrate on top of the Ice Golem and not on the Mini P.E.K.K.A, so we're able to destroy the Golemites and get a decent counter push with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Because the Royal Hogs are allowed to go in front. So if he goes in for a Lumberjack, the Mini P.E.K.K.A is still hiding. Oh my gosh, the Mini P.E.K.K.A! It got a hit. Baby, that was clean. That was so much damage. The hidden Mini P.E.K.K.A. I don't know what we want to call him. Peter, the Mini P.E.K.K.A, just devoured it. Oh, it feels so good, dude. So it's obvious that I need to go for another Mini P.E.K.K.A. Peter's second brother. And I think that we can go for Bats on top of the baby dragon, so then it doesn't take out our entire tower here. Well, obviously it doesn't take out the entire tower. It's a hyperbole there, but it would have done at least 5 or 6 belches, equating to 150 damage per hit, and that's a lot. I'm not too big of a fan of that. I expect him to go home right now. Okay, so when someone goes in for a Night Witch in the back when you're up Elixir, you can Fireball and log it, and it dies. This is one of the best plays to do with 2.6 Hog Rider. So then when he goes in for the Golem, I believe that the Bats go in front. So then he doesn't have anything tanking, right? That's really nice. Look at how the Bats are just going to die here to the Goblins, or the Spear Goblins. And then he's not going to get any value from this, really. We can go in for an Ice Golem and then Bats. And then just, I think we don't even have to log that. It's all dead. Yeah, then I can go for Royal Hogs and log the Tombstone when he drops it. So... I was preemptively holding it because I knew his card cycle. I knew that he only had Tombstone. The Royal Hogs would get through. We would do an incredible amount of damage, and we would come out quite well in that exchange. So it's obvious that I need to go in for Mini P.E.K.K.A. Need to wait and then Fireball. So that we can knock that all away. That's right after the baby dragon dies, so it doesn't lock on. And he's going to zap, but he misses, which is great. So 23 seconds remaining. I just want to keep up the pressure, so then I'm able to log twice and then Fireball. Okay, that's fine. That's going to take tower. All I need to do is defend the virginity. With a Mini P.E.K.K.A on the field, there's nothing that he can do to stop me, sir. GG, well played, and peace out, brother. 10 seconds remaining. All I need to do is Fireball back the Golemites so they don't do too much more damage. And yeah, it wasn't actually even going to be close, so I didn't even need to Fireball it back. We just did it for style points. GG, well played, and peace out, man. That guy was such an aggressive Golem player. This guy could be running Mortar bait, Log bait, or he'd also be running the exact same deck as us. After we saw the Goblin Gang, that's what I assumed. And then we see the Mortar, so our suspicions are confirmed. This man is going to be rocking Mortar bait. So if that's going to be the matchup, all I have to do is cycle a lot of Magic Archers, have him Fireball our Royal Hogs, and then the Magic Archers will just give us so much damage against his bait cards. Unfortunately, he's going to have Night here, man. Usually they have like Rascals or something that would be easily dealt with, but... that's not the case for us. I'm going to go Ice Golem, and I'm going to be able to push the Miner off of our tower. If you guys don't know that interaction, it's very useful. Denies a lot of damage. I could Fireball this. I think. I just wanted to wait and see if he was going to Miner. I thought... well, no, he didn't have Miner in cycle. Okay. That was just a bad play. I should have just Fireballed immediately. It still wouldn't have allowed our Mini P.E.K.K.A to get a hit on the tower. It would have just died, but... yeah, I was like, oh, maybe he dropped something else with it. Maybe we can bait on Miner. Well, he didn't have Miner in cycle, but he might have been able to drop something else. In reality, I think I should have just Fireballed earlier. But I can go for Royal Hogs here. The Mortar's going to miss. It's going to shoot in the middle of the map. And then we can go in for Bats. He's going to Fireball as we wanted him to. And then he's going to have to drop Night right on top. The unfortunate thing is he's not dropping Rascals. We can go for an Ice Golem and go and kite that. And then we can also go for a Mini P.E.K.K.A right on top of the Miner. So The miner's dead. Mini P.E.K.K.A is translating defense to offense. He probably goes in for a goblin gang. We could pre-log. I'm going to. Okay, so we hit the goblin gang. Mini P.E.K.K.A might get a hit on the tower now. Alright. So we know he's going to fireball this. He's definitely going to fireball the Royal Hogs. If that happens, then our Magic Archer will be able to get a lot of damage if he ever drops a Knight to clean up this. If he just lets that go, then I'm okay with that as well. Very glad that we were able to hit the pre-log on top of the Goblin Gang, so the Mini P.E.K.K.A was able to get through, but it still didn't translate into too much. We did bait out a lot from him, though. We bait out any type of building, so then he's forced to fireball, and if he's forced to fireball, then we can reliably just know that our Magic Archer is going to give us so much value. So if we bait out the counters to our Magic Archer, that's how we get our damage, because it's hard to get Royal Hogs through. So that's what I was talking about earlier. We want to make sure that we can bait out that Mortar, so then we bait out the Fireball on the Royal Hogs. It's really, really beneficial for me then. And it looks like I'm also getting the possibility of going in for another Magic Archer. Maybe even logging. No, that's going to be great. Look at that placement of the Ice Golem, guys. Oh my gosh. He does not have any answer to that. That Magic Archer is going to take the entire tower. Wow. That Ice Golem timing was insane, boys. Unfortunately, I think we're in a little bit of a dicey situation. I have to go in for a Magic Archer to clean this up. But all I need to do is Fireball and we walk away with a W. So I played this really well, I think. This is obviously a little bit more difficult when he's got Mortar and Inferno Tower and Fireball. He's got a hard counter or not. I would usually not say that, but he's got double buildings with Fireball. If he only had one, I think it would be a lot easier for me to win that. Let's drop Bats in the back to open up this game, see what's up, see what's happening. He's not dropping anything at all, so we can go and cycle our Ice Golem in the back, because if he spams us, well, we have Mini P.E.K.K.A and we have Goblin Gang, so nothing's breaking through. We don't really need to kite anything. Oh my gosh, let's go. I love when they cycle Barbaro or a small spell when we have Goblin Gang in hand, because we know it's going to give us value. And since he's got Barbaro and Knight, I think this is going to be Graveyard, if I had to guess. If that's going to be the situation, I want to go in for Magic Archer because I want chip damage right now, since we know that the Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to be treading up close anyway. Okay. He's probably in a Graveyard here. I want to go for Royal Hogs just so he has a low amount of elixirs, so then we can get away with like an Ice Golem right on top of the Baby Dragon. And then if he Tornadoes, I'm totally fine with it, because we know that the Royal Hogs are going to give us so much damage. We want to go in for Bats, and we also want to log this just so that all of the skeletons just get destroyed really quickly. And obviously, since we went in for the Royal Hogs on the right, and he's still elected to Graveyard, he wasn't going to have enough elixir for the poison. And because he used the Tornado on the Royal Hogs, he wouldn't be able to kill the Bats. So those are the type of interactions that you want. You want them to go in for Graveyards early on, and then just get away with Bats when they don't have Tornado or a small spell that's able to kill your Bats. I realized, hey, he's got Barbaro, he's probably got Graveyard, and he definitely doesn't have Tornado because he's going to use it. Therefore, our Bats are going to be prime time 5 for 2 interaction, and he's going to be very sad because we were able to get away with an Ice Golem on top of the Baby Dragon. So 2 for 5 onto the Graveyard, and then also a fat positive elixir trade with our very nice Ice Golem to counteract his Baby Dragon, with the help of the tower, of course, but still very, very good for us. So we know that the Baby Dragon will lock onto our tower. That's totally fine. He just uses Tornado, so I'm able to go in for Royal Hogs, and he used Barbaro. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go in for the Goblin Gang, the Bats, the Royal Hogs, the whole shebang. So this is actually kind of a difficult matchup if you think about it, since he's got Ice Wizard, Graveyard with Bomb Tower. Bomb Tower is one of the best answers to Royal Hogs in the game right now, so I probably don't want to go in for Bats right now. I'd rather just go in for a log, clean up all of the skeletons, and then use Magic Archer. And I think that the Ice Golem in conjunction with the tower will be able to finish that off with ease. So at this point in the game, I think our best bet is to do some split lane aggression with Royal Hogs and Mini P.E.K.K.A here. Keeping the Magic Archer alive for a little bit longer would be ideal, but not everything can happen our way. I'm going to Fireball here just because I want that Ice Wizard to not shut us down. Ooh, this is sketchy. I wish that the Ice Wizard had more HP because then I would have been able to Magic Archer, so that was not good. We need to go for a Goblin Gang lower, and we need to go for Magic Archer higher, so the Spear Goblins will stay alive. Magic Archer hopefully is going to be able to kill this. I hope that it's able to kill the Knight. It's still very sketchy, guys. The Mini P.E.K.K.A will be able to give us some value, but I need to be able to keep this Magic Archer alive, which I don't think will happen. It's going to be able to Tornado us as well. As I said before, this matchup is a little bit difficult. If I could have changed anything right now, I would have changed how I operated against the Knight. I would have, or against the Ice Wizard, I wouldn't have fireballed it, because what would have happened is me not fireballing that allows me to go in for Magic Archer, line it up with his tower, and get a lot of chip damage. So that would have been a lot better for me, actually. So Spear Goblins are going to give us some value. Both of the Royal Hogs are going to go towards that. I'm going to go in for a log, kill the Ice Wizard a little bit quicker. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to get on top of the tower, but that's not going to be enough. I think I need to go for more aggressive plays here. I think I need to go in for Goblin Gang and Mini P.E.K.K.A. on offense on the left-hand side. I need to break through here. It's really the only way I can win. I'm going to go for Royal Hogs, and I'm going to just keep catapulting offensive plays at him. The Spear Goblins are going to lock on, and we're going to walk away with a W, but that was a very difficult matchup, and I did make a misplay. The Fireball on top of the Ice Wizard was terrible. If I had Magic Archer, we would have got so much more value. I hope that we can do it, man. I hope we can get a couple wins with the Stage 1 Golem. We're going to go for Bats in the back, and we're going to see what's up. This guy is going to go in for an Ice Spirit, and then he's going to go in for Archer, so you already know what it's going to be. It's either going to be 2.9 Expo, or it's going to be a Hog Rider Earthquake control deck. So it's going to be either or. I can't wait to see what is dropped soon. If it's going to be Expo, I have a very good matchup here if I play it correctly. I can go in for Royal Hogs whenever he cycles Fireball, and then we know that he's going to go for Tesla. And if we get a couple Royal Hogs through, then it'll give us a damage lead right out of the gate, which I'm counting on right now. My Goblin Gang on the left, and we're going to be able to kill the Archer. And all I really want him to do is I wanted to go for an Expo and Fireball a Royal Hog, so then we can get a Magic Archer locked on and have the Expo tanking on top of the Ice Golem. If we can have that happen, we can have a really good interaction. We're going to Ice Golem here, and we're going to wait for the Ice Golem to take the brunt. Then we go for a Magic Archer with a Mini P.E.K.K.A. So the Mini P.E.K.K.A. plus Magic Archer is a great combination because we are going to be able to destroy everything. The Magic Archer kills all of the Swarm, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. is able to do the tremendous amount of damage on top of the Expo. At this point in the game, we have a little bit of damage on the left-hand side, but not too much. I'm not committed to either side yet. I'm still going to go on the left because we have more damage there, but I really need to get more Magic Archer damage before I commit to a lane. So he's going to Fireball everything back, then drop Skeletons, so that's going to be an even trade, but we still get damage, so it's better for us. Much better interaction. Skeletons and Fireball, and he still takes some damage. Go for a Goblin Gang, maybe we can catch an Expo. That's really fun when he drops Expo at the same time that we drop our Goblin Gang at the river. And my biggest card that I love waiting and then not dropping is going to be the Ice Golem. So we drop our Ice Golem now, and I can Fireball a tower here. I can Fireball those Archers and the tower. Well, most of them at least. Then we can Goblin Gang in the middle, so then if he logs, he's not able to hit everything. And then we can go in for Magic Archer so we can get chip damage and pierce through. So that Magic Archer gives us at least one. I was hoping that we get two. Maybe he Fireballs this. No, he's going to drop Skeletons and we get even more hits. Oh my gosh. Let's go, baby. That's why I love this matchup, just because it's so hard for him to deal with Magic Archers in so many situations. So I can Fireball here because he's probably going to go drop some more stuff. I just want to make sure that we're in a clean house for our Royal Hogs so they get more damage. Very good utilization of the Skeleton's Ice Spear for a +2 elixir trade against us, but we're still in a commanding lead at this point. I'm going to go in for the Goblin Gang here. He's probably going to log it. We'll go for Ice Golem, and then we'll go in for a Mini P.E.K.K.A. as soon as it starts targeting on the Ice Golem and Bats, because he doesn't have the Ice Golem to stop us from letting the Bats lock on anymore. So the Bats should be able to finish off the Expo with ease, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to be able to kill the Ice Golem again. So when the Ice Golem's out of cycle, our Mini P.E.K.K.A. plus Bats or anything plus Bats can give us superb utility. I don't really like going for Royal Hogs plus Bats because it's too much Fireball bait if he has Fireball in cycle, but it's pretty nice. Also, if I'm cycling my Ice Golem, I'm only cycling it up high. Notice that, because if I drop it in the back, then it gives him an opportunity to go in for an Expo on the other side. I don't like doing that. I'm going to Magic Archer here. Gives us like 1 or 2 hits before it redirects. Only 1. Okay, it's fine. So Ice Golem here, because if he Teslas, it's not going to be right into it. So if he Teslas here, it would go on the opposite side still. So that's why we do that. Okay, really, really good. We can go in for Goblin Gang, and then we can log here. It's weird being the one that logs when you have Goblin Gang on the map, but we're doing it. Lots of damage from the Expo. That was one really good connection for him. I should have still dropped a Magic Archer or something. We're going to go Ice Golem here, and we're going to go split our Royal Hogs so he can't Fireball them all. And then we can go for Magic Archer. So it looks like we're going to be able to get a lot of damage on the right-hand side now. And we're going to be able to kill the Expo with ease. That's great. We might actually start switching on the right-hand side. Oh, we still got a lot of damage on the left, too. I mean, I think that this game is over if I just cycle another Ice Golem. Triple Elixir is great for us because, well, he's dropping that really close, actually. I don't think that we can hit it. I don't think that we can hit everything that we wanted. If I had tried to Fireball the tower, I don't think I was going to be able to hit the tower plus the Expo, so that's what I meant. Very well played on his end doing that. Goblin Gang down the middle. He could start predicting it, so I might want to switch it up or drop different cards whenever I can. We're going to Fireball again. We're not going to get complacent. We're going to drop our Royal Hogs, our Bats. And now he drops Tesla. Doesn't really matter. See, he hasn't been dropping his Tesla very often, specifically because of the fact that I go for the Ice Golem opposite lane. So if he Teslas, well, his Tesla is just dead. It doesn't do anything for him. So we can go for a Fireball and a Log here just to get more chip damage. Go in for our Royal Hogs. And he's dropping it off to the side because he doesn't want Magic Archer chip damage. So this guy's pretty okay with Expo. It's just, we're playing this really safe because I know this matchup. And I know that if I play too aggressive in some situations and don't save my Ice Golem, I can get caught into a really bad card cycle. So I just needed one more Fireball move, walked away with a W, but it doesn't really matter. We played safe rather than sorry, and we captured a very easy win. Hey, we got a game against Froster. We're going to sauce out a good luck, and we're going to see what's up. Definitely want to go for a Goblin Gang at the river, and he's going to go Ice Golem. So he drops Ice Golem up higher just because he doesn't want us to run Expo, and then cycle Ice Golem in the back, and then have an Expo connect to his tower. So that's one of my favorite plays. If I'm cycling Ice Golem, I don't like cycling it behind my tower if I don't have other counters to a Expo. So right out of the gate, this tells me he's a good player from that decision making. Okay, so Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to be able to get through because he doesn't have Skeletons, so we'll see something else from him. I could go for a Magic Archer here. Maybe he drops a spell. I think the Mini P.E.K.K.A gets a hit because he doesn't cycle Skeletons. Yeah, Skeletons were dropped earlier on, so he didn't have them. He dropped it to get to a Hog Rider, and I knew that. So I played really aggressive with my Magic Archer as a result. I'm going to go in for a Goblin Gang here, and I'm going to also go in for Bats right on top of the Musketeer. So I think that he's not going to have a spell here. I don't have to drop an Ice Golem then. Very, very clutch stuff for us. Remember, he's going to Hog Rider, and then we want to go in for Mini P.E.K.K.A. We have to identify where his win condition is at all points, so then we have the appropriate answers. So I'm going to keep my Mini P.E.K.K.A in hand, and I'm going to have it like hovered, so then I can drop it as soon as possible. So I'm cycling my Ice Golem. We know that he's going to go in for the Hog Rider. Notice how I dropped my Mini P.E.K.K.A super, super early because I was hovering it. I think that he only gets one hit as a result of that. He dropped an Ice Golem Hog Rider and got one hit and no counter push value. Now he's dropping a lot of Elixir here, and we even get a Mini P.E.K.K.A hit because I played that well. So yeah, this is going really, really well. If you drop your cards with a purpose and you drop them early on, you can get so much value. So, because our Mini P.E.K.K.A was able to swiftly annihilate him, it got to the tower a little bit quicker when he didn't have Elixir, and he took a severe beating. So we can go for Royal Hogs again because, well, we have Magic Archer, and he's down a lot of Elixir. He's going to have to Fireball. Okay, that's clean. We probably win this game now. He's got Fireball Log with Hog Rider, and I would assume that this is a matchup that is going to be, like, moderately difficult if he plays this perfectly, but yeah, man, we've just played this really well with counter pushing. Again, we're gonna wait for his Hog Rider, then we're gonna drop Mini P.E.K.K.A, and that Mini P.E.K.K.A should be able to stop it without any hits, but he logs, so it doesn't happen. We're gonna be forced to log as well, and we're gonna go for a Goblin Gang. Maybe we can take a couple towers. I love dropping our Royal Hogs here because all of the Royal Hogs go towards the tower, one tile lower, and then they still accomplish the same thing, but it takes longer. So there's no point in doing that. And one tile higher, then, well, all your Royal Hogs do not go towards the tower that you want. One of them veers off towards the King Tower. So that placement, I'll show it again real soon, is super, super clutch. So I'm going to Fireball this just so he doesn't get any Mini P.E.K.K.A hits. It's weird that two Mini P.E.K.K.A stockpiled up, but didn't give him any value. So notice this placement, all of the Royal Hogs go again towards the tower, as I was talking about before. The most optimal placement when one tower is down, and we walk away with a rather clean W. There's no even prospect of losing this game. His highest HP tower is lower than our lowest HP tower, man. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you.